Welcome back to Liverpool Life. Alexander Isak's injury isn't just a setback. It's a moment that fundamentally shifts the architecture of our season. The man our entire attack was built around is out. While there's hope we'll see him again before May, the medical outlook is grim. We are staring into the abyss, but this is exactly when top-tier management shows its class. Panic is for the weak. For Liverpool, it's time to be strategic, clinical, and fast. The name on every insider's lips right now is Antoine Semenyo. Why him? Why are United and City fighting over him? And why do Liverpool hold the keys to this deal? Make sure to subscribe and drop a like, and let's get into it. The moment Mickey van de Ven caught Isak, our season was split into before and after.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Before we had a clear structure, Isak as the elite finisher and focal point, flanked by pace. Now we have a vacuum. Yes, Ugo Ekitike is progressing, he even scored in that match, but relying on a single recognized striker for the business end of the Premier League and Champions League is suicide. Isak allowed us to bypass the press with long balls. Without him, we risk becoming sterile, especially with Salah's uncertainty and the Africa Cup of Nations looming. We cannot afford to repeat mistakes of last summer, where we made signings that some fans are calling the worst since Benteke. We've covered that in depth on the LFC Live app. Hit the link in the description to check. Enter Antoine Semenyo. The Ghanaian's form this season has been nothing short of phenomenal. He's putting up elite numbers in a mid-table side. 8 Premier League goals before Christmas is top tier, but the goals are just the tip of the iceberg. The stat that should really excite us is shots per game. Semenyo is 7th in the entire league for shots. For an analyst, that screams massive confidence and an ability to sniff out a chance from nothing. He doesn't wait for the perfect pass, he creates chaos. In Arne Slot's system, where we often face low blocks, a player who can bulldoze through a defense and let fly is worth his weight in gold. Furthermore, Semenyo kills the myth of the selfish winger. He's created 23 chances for his teammates. When he draws 2 or 3 defenders, he finds the open man. But perhaps his most unique trait is that he's genuinely two-footed. It's a nightmare for defenders. Close down his right, and he'll go left and bury it. That unpredictability is something we've lacked even with Diaz or Gakpo, who have very dominant preferred feet. Technically, how does Slot integrate him to fix the Isak-shaped hole? There are 2 mouth-watering options. First, the right-sided inverted winger. Slot demands wingers drift inside to vacate space for Frimpong or Bradley to overlap. Semenyo does this in his sleep at Bournemouth. He's essentially a Salah light. Given Mo's age and contract situation, Semenyo could be the heir we've been searching for. But the second option is even more vital right now. The number 9. He is a powerhouse, broad-shouldered, and impossible to shrug off the ball. We can use him as a target man to win headers and hold up play when we are pressed, or as a pressing machine. He is already conditioned for the high-octane press under Andoni Iraola. Slot won't tolerate a lazy forward, and Semenyo is a workhorse who forces mistakes. He's 2 players in one, a Salah replacement and an Isak deputy. So, why us? There's a queue for his signature. Manchester United and Manchester City are circling, but Liverpool have a strategic edge. Look at United. Ruben Amorim plays a 3-4-3, and insiders suggest he sees Semenyo as a wing-back, a marauding defender tasked with covering the whole flank. For a guy with 8 goals who want to lead the line, that is a tactical insult. It's a step backward. United offers him a shift as a laborer. We offer him a license to be a killer. As for City, Pep Guardiola is a genius, but his rotation is hell for players who want consistent minutes. A move to the Etihad guarantees medals, but not minutes. With Deco, Savinho, Grealish, and Foden, Semenyo, who is 25 and in his prime, would be waiting for Carabao Cup scraps. At Liverpool, with our injury crisis, he walks straight into the starting 11. And here's our ace in the hole, Richard Hughes. Many forget that it was Hughes who found Semenyo at Bristol City and brought him to the Premier League for a bargain £10 million. He believed in him when no one else did. In football, relationships often outweigh money. Semenyo is loyal to Hughes, and sources suggest he would welcome the opportunity to work again with the man who launched his top-flight career. The bond is something City and United simply don't have. Now let's talk money and timing. Semenyo has a release clause of £65 million. In today's market, for a proven PL goal scorer, that's a steal. But the catch is that this clause is reportedly only active during the first weeks of January, likely until the 10th. There is no time for haggling. Isak's injury means we can't afford to be cheap. We spent big in the summer to show intent. Spending another 65 to protect that investment and stay in the title race is just good business. If we don't pull the trigger now, we risk losing everything. To sum up, Semenyo wants to attack, not defend. We offer that. He wants to work with a director he trusts. We have him. And most importantly, we desperately need him. He isn't just a stopgap. He is a physical upgrade. He brings the aggression back against teams that park the bus. He takes the pressure off Ekitike and allows Gakpo to stay in his natural position on the left. The situation is grim but not hopeless. Isak's injury is a gut punch, but there are the moments that test championship character. If management acts fast and Richard Hughes plays his cards right, we can turn this crisis into a massive opportunity. Seeing Antoine Semenyo at Anfield in January would be a statement. Liverpool aren't going anywhere. What do you think, Reds? Can Semenyo fill Isak's boots, or should we be looking elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit the like button if you're still backing the boys, and subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this deal. And remember, you will never walk alone. Bye bye.